Hey guys, welcome to another episode about R programming. Today we are going to talk about matrix data type. Well, this data type is excellent for all sorts of mathematical operations, but it's strict in regards of primitives. So matrix could contain numeric, logical or string, but it cannot contain multiple types of primitive data. In order to create matrix, you are going to provide function matrix to your variable, and the first element is going to be a collection that is going to store values. Okay, 6 values are fine. Now, second argument is going to be ncol, stands for number of columns. Let's say that I want 3 columns and 2 rows. So now we are going to provide number of rows. We are going to have 2 rows. And now optional argument by row set to true. What that means is that we are going to store value of 15, 17 and 25 in first row. Then in second row is going to be 78, 56 and 12. And if you don't provide by row optional argument, default it's false. But in that case, your values are going to be arranged by columns, and that means that we are going to have 3 columns. In first column we are going to have values of 15 and 17, in second 25 and 78, and in third 56 and 12. So be very careful how you arrange your values. Another optional argument that I want to provide, I'm going to put that in another row, dim names, and that is going to be a list with 2 collections. In first collection we are going to store names for our rows, and I want to name my rows 1 and 2 like this, comma, and second collection for column names we have 3 columns, A, B and C. If I run this code and if I print my values out, this is what we are going to get. So we have 2 rows and 3 columns. But now, if you want to append some values to your matrix, you have to append entire row or entire column. If you want to append another column, you are going to use function cbind, like this. And we are going to bind value to our matrix M, values from collection. And now, because we have only 2 rows in here, it's essential for us to provide 2 values. So now I'm going to provide 50 and 50 once more. And if I print all of this out, let me show you what we are going to get. We are going to get 2 50s. And if you want to append a row, you are going to use rbind function. Of course, to matrix M, and we are going to provide 3 values now. Actually 4, because now we have 4 columns. And I'm going to add 4 times 100 like this, and I'm going to print all of this out. But you see that we don't have a name for our 4th column and for 3rd row. We are going to solve that with call names for matrix M. We are going to provide collection of names. Now I'm going to use Roman numbers. And I'm going to change row names for our matrix M, and we have 3 rows, and I want to provide dots for it. Okay, I'm going to print all of this out. But aside from being able to format our numbers in this nice way, matrix is actually a great tool for calculations. For example, if you want to multiply all of the values from our matrix by some number, let's say times 1, 25. I'm going to run this code, and as you see, all of elements from our matrix are multiplied by 1, 25. But if you want to make some mathematical operation using different number for different columns, you can do that by providing collection where every number is going to represent certain column. So we are going to multiply first column by 1, 25, second column by 2, 75, then 1, 5 and 3, 7. If I run this code, this is what we are going to get. So every column is multiplied by different number. And not only that, you could perform mathematical operation between 2 matrices. Now I'm going to use this calculation, and I'm going to store that value in another variable, call it M1. So this is going to be our second matrix. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to use that very same matrix, and I'm going to subtract first matrix from it. If I run this code, this is what we are going to get. But what if you want to perform this kind of operation but only on single cell? You can do that by providing a cell index, and in here first we are going to provide index of row, and second we are going to provide index of column. And don't forget that R starts counting with 1, so I want first row and first column. And in here also, if I run this code, I'm going to get 3,75. But we could also do something like this. Put this calculation in brackets, and now I want first row and first column. Save it, run it, and of course we are going to get 3,75 once more. And with matrices we could actually do all sorts of slicing. Let's say I want to exclude first row. We got second and third row. And what if we want to exclude only third column, like this? So nothing, comma, -3. Run it. Or something fancy like from second to third row and second row excluded. Run it. So guys, that's all for this episode. I truly hope that you have learned something interesting. So please like, subscribe, and see ya!